8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news, edited by Danushka Madhavella and read by Indrani Senanayaka. The headlines. The Education Minister plans to transform the country's education system. Suraksha Insurance Scheme introduced for school children will resume next year. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena has instructed officials to conduct a comprehensive investigation over the Manampitiya bus accident. The government has focused its attention on the development activities in the Anuradhapura Urban Council area. 90% of the paddy storage facilities of the Paddy Marketing Board are now open for paddy purchasing activities. In foreign news, Wagner boss met Russian president after mutiny. And in sports news, America's Alison Corpus wins U.S. Women's Open Maiden Major at Pebble Beach. Education Minister Dr. Susil Premajayantha said the country's education system will undergo an educational transformation and essential measures will be taken to produce students who are prepared for the 21st century. According to the Education Minister, human resources will be managed for that purpose and education will be reformatted in accordance with worldwide standards in order to produce a sustainable and high-quality education. Expressing his views during a press conference themed Collective Path to a Stable Country held at the Presidential Media Centre today, Minister Premajayantha added that the Suraksha Sisu Rakshanaya insurance scheme introduced for school children, which was suspended due to the financial crisis, will resume in 2024. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena has instructed officials to conduct a comprehensive investigation over the Manampitiya bus accident. 11 people have lost their lives and more than 35 people were injured when a private passenger bus rolled over the Kotalia Bridge into a stream near the Manampitiya in Polonnaruwa last night. The injured have been admitted to the Manampitiya and Polonnaruwa hospitals. Among the dead are a 17-year-old boy and a woman. The dead and injured passengers were residents of Akkarai Pattu. According to the police, 67 passengers were travelling in this bus. The government has focused its attention on the development activities in the Anuradhapura Urban Council area. State Minister Shehan Semasinghe, participating in the Anuradhapura City Development Committee meeting today, said that a preliminary measure, physical and human resources in the Urban Council will be developed. The road network will also be renovated under this project. The State Minister went on to say that the construction work of the Anuradhapura North bus stand, which is now being halted due to various reasons, will recommence soon. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you.
We continue with local news. Minister Mahinda Amaravira says that 90% of the paddy storage facilities of the Paddy Marketing Board are now open for paddy purchasing activities. Purchasing of paddy will commence according to the funds allocated district-wise. Purchasing of paddy will be conducted island-wide and the Cabinet approval has also been received in this regard. The government aims to commence paddy purchasing centres in every district in the country. Parliamentarian JUL Piri said that there is a huge impact for the working masses of this country through the debt restructuring process. The interest rate of Employees Provident Fund has been reduced to 9%. It was earlier at 13.5%. The MP made these remarks while addressing a press briefing held in Colombo today. The United National Party says that though the present president does not make popular decisions, the country's economy is being driven on a developing path. Deputy leader of the UNP, Ruwan Wijewardena, said that the president is making strong and sound decisions. He was speaking at a meeting held at the party meeting held at Harley Elder yesterday.
Elevate your life with People's Bank Excelsior. A comprehensive banking services package with a branded checkbook as well as debit and credit card exclusively for you.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
3,315 individuals were recruited for nursing training. The relevant appointment letters were handed over to them at the Ministry of Health today. The function was chaired by Minister Dr. Kelly Ramukwala. The minister added that plans are underway to establish a nursing university. It was further disclosed that action is being taken to recruit 2,497 nursing officers who have completed the 3 years nursing training. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
We now take a look at Watchlight. The results of the GCE Advanced Level Examination 2022 will be released by mid-August this year. Minister Dr. Susil Premajayantha says that the A-level examination of 2023 will be held afterwards so that the students will not face any difficulties in applying for the A-level exam of 2023. The minister said that the A-level exam 2023 will be held before Christmas this year. It came to you in Watchlight. We now take a look at the world news, the headlines first. Wagner boss met Russian president after mutiny. Joe Biden meeting King Charles at Windsor Castle. Dutch PM to quit politics after government collapse. Russian President Vladimir Putin met mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin after the failed Wagner Group mutiny last month, the Kremlin says. Prigozhin, who heads the mercenary group, was among 35 Wagner commanders invited to the meeting in Moscow, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov added. He said that President Putin has given an assessment of the Ukraine war efforts and the mutiny. The rebellion, launched on the 23rd of June, lasted only 24 hours. Under a deal to end the mutiny, which saw Wagner troops seize a city and march on Moscow, charges against Prigozhin were dropped and he was offered a move to Belarus. US President Joe Biden has arrived in Windsor and is meeting King Charles. Earlier, Biden met Prime Minister Rishi Sunak at Downing Street, where they spoke about the US giving Ukraine cluster bombs. During the meeting, Biden described the US-UK relationship as rock solid. Sunak added that the two countries were the firmest allies. Biden and Sunak will meet again tomorrow at the NATO summit in Lithuania. Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte has said that he will quit politics after his coalition government collapsed on Friday in a row over asylum policies. After nearly 13 years in power, Mr. Rutte is one of Europe's longest-serving leaders. He is now heading a caretaker administration until fresh elections can be held in November. But he told Parliament he would not run for a fifth term in office and would leave politics following the elections. Dutch MPs will vote later on a no-confidence motion brought by the opposition in a bid to topple him. The Netherlands has had a coalition government led by Mr. Rutte and his conservative VVD party for the past year and a half. But the four parties involved have been split on migration for some time. The VVD has been trying to limit the flow of asylum seekers following a row last year about overcrowded migration centres. His plans were opposed by junior coalition partners. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Wagner boss met Russian president after mutiny. Joe Biden meeting King Charles at Windsor Castle. Dutch PM to quit politics after government collapse. That ends this bulletin of world news.
Development news.
The Thai low-cost airline, Thai Air Asia, commenced a direct flight service between Bangkok in Thailand and Colombo in Sri Lanka from last night. Resuming its operations, the first flight, Thai Air Asia, AIQ 140, from Don Mueang International Airport, arrived at the Bandaranaike International Airport yesterday. An A320 Airbus carrying 134 passengers and 7 crew arrived last night and returned to Bangkok with 174 passengers. The passengers were warmly welcomed at the BIA upon arrival with a traditional Kandyan dancing performance and Sri Lanka tea board Ceylon tea gift bags, airport authorities said. On to sports news. American Alison Corpus finished 3 shots ahead of England's Charlie Hull and South Korean Shin Yi-Ye to win the US Women's Open at Pebble Beach. Honolulu-born Corpus, 25, shot a 3 under 69 to finish on 9 under and claim a victory of the LPGA Tour. Hull, 27, produced a stunning 66, the lowest closing round, to move up from 7th to a tied 2nd place. Virendra Singh from St. Peter's College, Mambalapitia, represents Sri Lanka in the badminton event at the 19th Asian Games, which will be held in China. He has won 4 international medals up to now and currently training under Indonesian trainer Tony Wayudi. Virendra Singh is the only Sri Lankan player who is scheduled to participate in the badminton events, and that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
EasyJet has confirmed it has cancelled 1,700 flights as people prepare to travel on their summer holidays. The airline has axed flights during July, August and September, travelling to and from Gatwick Airport. EasyJet blamed constrained airspace over Europe and ongoing air traffic control difficulties, which are causing regular cancellations. The company said 95% of affected passengers have been rebooked onto alternative flights.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And now in economic news.
Ceylon Cards recently entered into a partnership with Vision Care Opticals. Through this partnership, Ceylon Card seekers to offer exclusive discounts and easy payment plan options for Ceylon Credit and Ceylon Harasara Senior Citizen debit card holders. Ceylon credit card holders can enjoy the benefit of easy payment plans with the option of converting the payment to 12 months installments with 0% interest for hearing aids, spectacles and sunglasses.
Weather report.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. The Met Department forecasts several spells of showers that will occur in the western, Sabaragama and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy, Nuwara Eliya, and Matara districts. Showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Uva province and in the Ampara and Batticaloa districts during the evening or at night. To end tonight's news broadcast, the headlines again. The Education Minister plans to transform the country's education system. The Suraksha insurance scheme introduced for school children will resume next year. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena has instructed officials to conduct a comprehensive investigation over the Manampitiya bus accident. The government has focused its attention on the development activities in the Anuradhapura Urban Council area. 90% of the paddy storage facilities of the Paddy Marketing Board are now open for paddy purchasing activities. In foreign news, Wagner boss met Russian president after mutiny. And in sports news, America's Alison Corpus wins US Women's Open maiden major at Pebble Beach. That ends tonight's news broadcast. The time reads exactly 9 o'clock. This is Radio Sri Lanka.